Good evening, everybody. This is Mike Tedesco of Wrestleview.com.
And Victoria Tedesco.
Oh, yeah, your signature line. Just got it off right off the bat. There you go. Welcome to the Post-Raw show. Boy, do we have a show to talk about tonight. Yeah, Raw from Knoxville, Tennessee. One that will go down for the ages. Not really, no, but it was a show, and we are going to discuss it. It was, how do I say it nicely? Ugly?
You have to say it nicely?
Ugly at times? Is that the politically?
That's the nicest thing you could absolutely say.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got, really.
Dull and boring and.
Yeah, it was just one of those shows. You know what? It really felt like last week was like, hey, goodbye to good shows for quite some time. You know, Madison Square Garden, we're going to take off for a little bit. I'm just kidding. Because they have USA Network coming up in for NXT this Thursday, so there's going to be some good wrestling. I'm almost 100% positive there'll be great stuff on Thursday. I'm almost 100% positive there'll be great stuff in 2.5 weeks on SmackDown when it moves to Fox. And AEW is coming October 2nd, and there's some really good wrestling happening right now. Unfortunately, it was not happening tonight on Raw, so you can already tell what we think of the show. I was expecting a little more from the follow-up to Clash of Champions, which itself was a sleepy, kind of dull show.
Yeah.
You know? So, well...
yeah.
Oh, what do you want to say?
No, it's a shame. You would think with all these exciting things coming up that they would try to put something together that would be, I don't know, more exciting.
You would think.
You would think. If you have so much that's happening, and you have so many things, that you have so many connections and so many things with your business deals, it's
right.
like, is this really the time to just kind of like phone it in?
Yeah, it was an odd time, but we'll figure it out. They're having trouble hearing you, so you just have to pull the microphone a little closer to you.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time bending too. So
oh yeah, she can't move anymore. She cannot move. She is having a hard time.
Is that better?
I would think so. I would hope so.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay. Oh, did I say Thursday for NXT? I might have.
You might have.
This show completely burned me out. I'm not even kidding when I say, like, I was fighting off falling right asleep on my keyboard. It was something. It was really, really just one of those shows where it's like, okay, I get it. We're in the fall. But you know what? It wasn't like they had really stiff competition on Monday Night Football tonight. Jets versus the Browns. Not exactly like a marquee matchup. Although, I do have a great story about that game. My high school, David Njoku, the tight end for the Browns, who unfortunately sustained a concussion tonight, David Njoku was in the high school today. I got to shake hands with him, meet him, so that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, he suffered the concussion, and he's also on my fantasy team, so that also means he didn't really do me any good. So that was a little bit of a tough loss, too. I went 0-2 this week in both my leagues. Oh, God. So sad. So sad. All right. We're going to talk about our Madison Square Garden stories, so fear not. We're not just going to be ramping on Raw, I'll tell you that. But let's ramp on Raw a little bit. But let's say hi to everybody in the chat room first, which is what we always do.
Yes.
We always say hi to our loyal fans.
Yes.
And, oh, by the way, this is Victoria's second to last show. Next week is Victoria's last show, even though I really think you should finish up on September 30th, which is Rosh Hashanah.
I can't, hon.
Aw, well, she might give birth any second now. So we're actually going to do the...
You're lucky this is not my last show.
I know. Well, very well could be her last show. We don't know. This baby's dropping soon.
Oh.
But Victoria's last show, in theory, is going to be next week. She will be back. She's not going to disappear and turn into a pumpkin, but it will be like...
I'm already the pumpkin.
2 months or so. Yeah, she's already a pumpkin. Daniel Shell says you're going to AEW. Nafis Sadat says, yay, Princess Tedesco cometh. You know, Nafis Sadat actually said something really nice on the show last night, because we reviewed the Clash of Champions show. And he said, man, I remember when you guys, it feels like just yesterday, you guys announced that on the show that you were having the baby, and now here it is. We are actually going to be having the baby. So, yeah, it's for us, it went really, really fast, too. It's like we just found out, and all of a sudden, hey, she's almost here. We got to, like, ramp up on the decorating and all that stuff and cleaning up.
It's funny, too, because he calls her the princess, because that's, like, the whole theme of her room.
Yeah, her whole room is princess pink and stuff like that, so it's really awesome. We're very, very excited. It's a good time to be alive. Good time to be a wrestling fan. As I go to talk about this Raw. James Lacerenza, or as Quentin Walters calls him, James Influenza. Okay, phew, the go-home edition for Victoria. We got Quentin Walters, of course, in the show, in the chat room here. The go-home edition next week for Victoria. Kit Dyson, we'll miss you. Randy M., the upside-down graphics were a nice touch tonight on Raw. That said everything. There were some weird production miscues on this show tonight.
I didn't know if it was on purpose, but then I'm like, no, that can't be on purpose. Why would they have?
Well, it was like the commentators were like, wait, was that upside down the entire time? And then they kind of botched like the rest of the promos, and then they just redid the promos on the next segment. It was like so weird. So weird. Scotty Poindexter, a texting back and forth with a lady friend made it a bearable Raw for me.
Ooh.
Hey,
Ooh,
do tell us some more stories there.
I want to hear more about that than talk about this Raw.
Sweet Lou says that Rusev, who came back tonight out of nowhere, looked like a juiced up Freddie Mercury.
I almost forgot he came back though.
Well, he came back in that segment, so
yeah, so that's why I was like, oh wait a minute, yeah, right, that happened.
Like, goodness gracious, wow. Let's see, Billy Hefner in the chat room saying hello. Mashun Walls, another edition of Tedesco's Firefly Funhouse.
Oh, that's an MSG story, by the way.
Goosey's in the chat room too. What's an MSG story? I don't even...
Oh, it's a Firefly Funhouse.
What about it?
We bought something.
Oh my god, yeah, I gotta go get it. Where did you put it?
It's in the closet. I can't go get it now.
I'll go get it. When,
you're not getting it.
When you're talking, I'll go get it. Because, it's like, I'm the husband. I don't really listen anyway when you talk, so it's like...
Wow, really?
James Influenza. Lana did not show up, and we'll talk about that because there's a story to that. A really good story, so buckle up. It's going to be a hell of a ride here. All right, let's see. What did everybody think of this show? Whoa, this is interesting, actually. Hold on a second here.
Is it 69%?
No, it's actually 52% thumbs up. And I have a feeling I know why. It's always just how it ends. Like people who...
Awesome.
Yeah, the ending was great. But people who vote, they don't really, vote analytically. They just vote for whatever their gut is, which I guess is how the American people vote when it's a presidential election or a senatorial election. They just kind of vote with your gut. So we have all these, weird contests that go on for a year and a half, 2 years at a time, and then people just get in the booth and like, this guy.
There's a weird variety of voting, what factors into voting.
Oh, yeah. And none of it is it all scientific. I'll tell you that. None of it at all is scientific.
Oh,
all right. Well, let's talk about Raw from Knoxville. Well, we have big news coming out of it. Okay.
What was that?
I'm kidding. I was trying to think of any big news that came out of it, so I started stumbling over my words here. But
I was like,
but there actually was
right?
there actually was big news coming out of this.
There was big news out of some parts for sure.
Well, I will say this. A lot of people were kind of upset, I guess you could say, that the King of the Ring finals weren't on Clash of Champions last night. But you know what? I can't really say that I'm too bugged about it because Clash of Champions #1 stunk. 11 matches on the card, 9 on the main card, 2 on the kickoff show. 11 matches in front of that crowd. 11 matches. The King of the Ring would have just been lost in there. Whereas, tonight on Raw, they could get time. They could be given time. They could get a chance to really showcase what they're doing. They don't have to worry about, crushing a couple of other matches that are coming up ahead of them. They could actually go out and have the best match they possibly could. And Baron Corbin and Chad Gable actually had a really, really good match. Really, really. Actually, I would even go on to say it was a great match. One of the best of Baron Corbin's career. And Baron Corbin is the 2019 King of the Ring. After and by the way, the finish was friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
By the way.
I agree with you to a point.
Okay.
I feel like you were right in the sense of that the King of the Ring tournament, the final matchup, definitely should not have been on last night because they already had so much going on. But at the same time, though, I don't fully agree with you that... I mean, I guess they had no other choice. Yeah, you could put it on Raw. Another Raw. But at the same time, though, not that one. It's the one in the bedroom. Oh, on the other side of this thing. He's going to get that thing that we were talking about from MSG. At the same time, though, I just kind of feel like that because of the way Raw came about tonight and just like the whole dynamic of Raw, I feel like it got lost in the shuffle. And if you're going to have a King of the Ring tournament, maybe that should have also been your main event of tonight because that would have showed its importance. Well, I feel like, yes, it definitely would have gotten lost at Clash of Champions. I don't know if they placed it well tonight, so I feel like it got kind of lost even tonight.
Well,
I think that should have been main event.
I'm going to say I disagree with that because the main event, by the time they got to the main event with what they were serving up tonight, the crowd was so dead. It's ridiculous. Absolutely so dead. Yeah, everybody's still saying your volume's too low. I don't know. I'm going to boost her up a little bit here. Hopefully that'll work.
I don't know if it's... I feel like I'm close enough.
Yeah, no. It's coming through loud and clear on my headphones, but we'll see. I disagree because the main event was... I mean, they had the Universal Champion in the main event, right? And the crowd was dead. The crowd was absolutely dead. They had nothing going there. And, I guess that you put it at the 9 o'clock hour, people still watch,
No. I'm talking about tonight.
Yeah, King of the Ring, tonight. Yeah, the final match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying I think they actually put it at the right time.
You do?
You start it in the first hour. This is the match that you want people to see. Like the Rollins Rude match was a throwaway match. You just, whatever, put it in the main event just to close out the show. You put your champion in the main event, whatever. But the first hour is usually, traditionally, the highest rated hour of Raw, and it's all downhill from there, especially against Monday Night Football. And last week, they had Stone Cold Steve Austin on Raw in the first hour, granted against probably one of the better games ever, I would say, for the Saints. And Steve Austin in the first hour did 2.3 million or something like that. Imagine what that number would have been without Steve Austin, by the way. That's actually pretty scary.
That is scary. But I think I'm just going to have to agree to disagree. I feel like if you're bringing back such a legendary tournament, that it almost just seemed like they didn't care anymore about the King of the Ring.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Well, I still don't agree. Number one, so everybody's watching the first hour of Raw. You get to see the King of the Ring crowned in the first hour of Raw, and it was a good match.
I thought it was a great match. I'm going to disagree with you on the placement, though. I feel like they should have really hyped it up for the last match and for this huge tournament and built upon. That actually should have been the basis of the show tonight, in my opinion. So I feel like that should have been the main event. Okay.
Well, I still think no matter what, it was a really, really good match. Baron Corbin, by the way, had some of the best matches of his career in this King of the Ring tournament. In the King of the Ring tournament, by far. The triple threat was friggin' awesome. They're still saying they can't hear you. I don't understand. Like, it's coming through on the...
like, at all?
I don't know. But... I mean, it's coming through loud and clear here.
My microphone.
I know, and OBS says it's picking up your microphone and everything. I don't know.
Wait, let me ask everybody, how low is low? I feel like I said that last night. How low is low?
Yeah, I don't know. How low can you go?
And this is on. Right?
Yeah, no, it's definitely on, and it's picking up on the audio recording. It's picking up on OBS loud and clear. It says we got full bars here. I haven't changed any settings from last night.
I have no idea.
Oh, it says that they're getting an echo.
An echo?
I don't know. Well,
On my end.
I don't know. I don't hear any echo either. It's the weird thing. So strange.
I mean, they're obviously right. It's not like...
They're saying they can barely hear you. Lorraine Lafferty. Okay, you know what? I'll just stop the stream and try it again. We'll see what happens. We'll be right back. Hang on, real